Welcome back, and for this second part, we'll work on the details for the ring wraith. So, to get started, we'll first focus on stuff around the arms. Or on the behalf though, before we work on the arms, let's get the legs first. So we'll first fold this leg down right here, and hopefully you can see it. We'll fold the leg down like this. And then pull this layer up, being sure that you have this part here pulled it out from before. Do something on the other side very quick. So we're just going to fold it down. And then fold this up like so. So after getting that out of the way, let's work on this first arm, which will be the one for the sword. So for this, we'll first pull this out. As much as you can like this. The leg might need to be folded up a little. But we want to get to stick out like this. Then we'll narrow that part multiple times. Although let's first inside reverse fold this part here. Upon getting it, we'll then sink this multiple times. Mainly 3 inside reverse folds. Fold the leg back down now. Then we'll also narrow this side multiple times, mainly going along with the back here, as you can see. We'll close sink it. And then do another inside reverse folds. So once this part is narrowed up, we're then going to make the leg flap here a little bit smaller. Or we'll push this in about this much distance. Pull this out. So have it out like this now. You'll do a series of folding back and forth like this. And then sink it down. So now you'll get this, with this leg flap being a lot smaller now. Before we do anything else, let's sink this middle part here. By open sinking it back here, so at least something like this. And now you fold this up, where this part is going to be pulled back just a little bit more out here. I'm also going to inside reverse fold this part, open sink this part, just to put in, just to narrow the legs more. I'm also gonna do this here to extend this sword flap. And basically try to get the flap inside of here. If the sword flap is sticking out too much right here, and that's okay. Just crimp this part out. Like so. So I get that side done for now. So for this other side, will be a little bit different because we do want to create the fingers, and we don't need a dual wielding ring wraith unless you find that cool. So pull this out. But this time, be sure that this part is folded down like this. And with this flap here, folding out. It's like this here. Then you'll fold this up while doing a little petal fold right here. And you'll push this part. And then we'll do the same thing with the legs here to make it a little bit smaller. And this part should be folded up like this, where it's going to be synced multiple times. We'll fold this part up and then do it again. Like this, and then we'll open sync all of that. Except for, of course, this one part right here. Once you have that there, pull this across. And there you go. Then we'll get this folded up the same way as the other arm. Just be sure that this part here is going to be moved up like that. Back here real quick, I'm going to do some narrowings and inside reverse folds here. But then I'll fold this back here and then out on the arm like this. Be sure that both of these legs are the same size. This might be a little bit tricky with the arm's width, especially on the sword part. But something like this will do. And right here I'm going to inside reverse fold this part of the leg. So after you get that part, I need to first narrow this part of the ring wraith's leg. So now this should look something like this. So now this looks like will be more suitable to get all the rest of the details in. So first, for the legs, I'll do something like this. We'll fold this, kind of do cleave fold down like this. So fold this up, narrow it. And then down. And then you'll just have to detail it by pinching this tip, grouping it up like so. So hopefully something like this, which you can do on the other side, hopefully. Actually, let me get this folded up from back here. Just some minor adjustments I'm making. Let me also hide this one part right here. Basically, I could pull this out and do more of a narrow. Pulling this, pushing this in behind the leg. There we go. A lot of this will look a little bit weird, especially with all the layerings going on. But you'll find it awesome to see how this turns out afterwards. But now I'll go back to this leg. So again with the leg, I'll just plee in like this. Get this here. Then this layer would need to go a little bit behind. Now, we first want to get the cloak detail to work. You need to push this down a little bit. At least by pinching these two corners to make this work. And tilting it forward more will also make this work better on the posture. So this is looking good here. And then we'll do a pleat on the head, which will fold it down like this and then up. And then we'll crimp it down like this. And as for the head, you'll push this in. So you're getting something like this. You'll put this edge along the side right here. Just get the head size right, at least the height of it. And then put this flap underneath this here. And then fold this behind. And this should hopefully give you the head flap needed, like this. Once you get like this, you can then, let's then worry about the head. So to do the head of the horse, you need to first fold this down. Well, with an outside reverse fold. Hold on. Oh yes, I remember. So when you do this, you'll then need to unwrap this here. All along. So then you can create this here, which will be used for the ear flap. Just doing it again back here. And you should get like this for the head. I'm also going to crimp this here to move the head up more. Now for the ears, we'll fold this across, we'll fold this down. We'll also do spread sink along the mane here on both sides. And then we'll fold this, I'll fold this down a little bit more. Kind of doing another head crimp just to make this line along with the neck here. And then you can fold this up. And we'll do the same thing here. Again, I'm just going to pinch this, flatten this more down like this, and then fold this flap up. As for the rest of the head, it's basically all going to be up to your preference of customization. But I'm going to do it this way. Basically, just get the ear flaps. Create eyes if you want to. And I'll fold this mouth like this. Once you're good with the head, as for the faux legs, basically you'll crimp them. I could give my horse a different posture, but you'll basically do crimps around the faux legs. And then to add hooves, you'll just have to kind of pull the layers apart and spread them and round the hoof more. So you get them to hopefully look like this. Okay, and for the hind legs, very quick. what you'll do, this will probably be the last part I'll show off, because the rest of the details should be pretty straightforward with what you want to go for. But for the hind legs, what I like to do, well, first, be sure that these parts are inside reverse folded. On both legs, of course. This part should also be inside reverse folded. And then these legs can be folded in, pushed in. Once you get that, you can then crimp the tail down like this. Fold these pleats up, little layers up. And then you'll detail the tail the way you want it. And as for the hind legs, you will need to pinch them, which yes, they will be middle flaps. So you will need thin paper for this. So you'll try to pinch them upwards like this, and then down. And hooves will be the same thing. Just spread them to get that kind of detail there. Okay, and then before I wrap things up, the body should be narrowed too. Narrow the body more like this. Not too narrowed, of course. That's just enough where the horse won't be as fat, but won't be very bony. And from here, I can do the rest of the details if you want. So obviously this could be the end of the video. I'll show you the final result when I'm done. Okay, I'll basically just stop for here. I won't go too far into the details, but basically with enough time for a little bit more, some hours maybe, you can do a ring wraith looking like this. This is one of my most favorite designs of all time. But for the most part, that'll be it for this part, or at least for the ring wraith. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you again in the next video. Later.